all the disrespect before you play back. Button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of buttons that need to be checked. It is still somehow cold here in Texas, but the ice is finally melting, so that's information you didn't need. Either way, information you do need, sub button right there, chapters down below. We got a hot one. FGC Twitter or social media period is still blowing up, so let's unpack this. And also, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so we got you guys about to look right and tight with a brand new deal, brand new sponsor. So let's get that to check some buttons. Let's go. All right, Butt Check family, check it out. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. You need a new fit. You about to take out that special someone. COOFANDY is here with some deals. We talking about date nights. We talking about personal swag for 2026. COOFANDY's here, and also with the promo code BUTTON15 for 15% off site-wide. That's right, BUTTON15. Link down below because the sales are happening on right now, so you can get their sales, extra 15% off, all that good stuff, also including the best sellers. So currently, I actually have 3 outfits that I'm rocking from COOFANDY. This is the official packaging right here. What I like about the site as well, they have full outfits, so you don't got to worry about what goes with what's. You can get separate ones. You can get tops or bottoms, but they also got full outfits, full styles that you can buy together. First up, we have that ultra soft, versatile knit cardigan. It is here. Check it out. It has the quality. I love the fabric. You talking about date night or just casual wear, especially now that it's starting to get colder. This comes in different sizes, different colors. It's on sale right now. Look at the threads. I really like the thickness of this one. You could feel the quality and the fabric, and I love how it's kind of like rocks like a turtleneck as well, but you could feel like how thick the fabric is. And this one right here, real quick, this is another one of my favorites. This is the athletic inspired blazer pants set, and once again, different colors, different sizes, different swag. If you just want that casual vibe, this one right here, and I got it. You can see the quality. So I like this one as well because it's a complete fit, complete outfit. The top and the bottom come together. And last but not least, this is one of my favorites, and I'm wearing it right now, y'all. This is the classic striped trim jacket pants set, different colors, different sizes, and I really like this one again because it's a whole fit, and you can wear it casually, you can wear it on a date, out, especially with the weather, and once again, you can feel the quality and the thickness of the jacket all the way up to the collar. So there it is one more time, Butt Check family. Once again, Valentine's Day right around the corner, whether you're trying to diversify your wardrobe like your boy always does. I have a tendency of picking like the same things over and over again, so this definitely gives me some different looks. COOFANDY on sale right now. BUTTON15 for an extra 15% off. And keep in mind, they have the sales going on. They have the best sellers. You can see all these fits, whether it's tops, bottoms, or you need a whole outfit, they got you covered, y'all. Sale right now. Link down below. Big up to COOFANDY for sponsoring this video, and for you guys for always making it possible. Now let's get back to checking some buttons. Let's go. All right, first up for them, it feels like the 2XKO hate within the community is being forced at this point. Buttons that need to be checked. So this is one that's going on right now, kind of led from over the weekend. Definitely a huge discourse. So remember on the last video, there was a lot of information, or I should say stories that came through. We had the TWT, that was hype. We had Frosty Faustings. I'm still getting stories from all of this, by the way. Leading on from that, where people were like, one after another, it kind of seemed like 2XKO was just getting dogpiled on. And there's been other stuff. Obviously, this is not the first thing that people started talking about 2XKO. No, there's been a lot of other stuff. This was just the first major for the whole, 2XKO, and put it kind of, I guess, under the spotlight. So starting right here, you may remember this from the last video where people said 4 2XKO screens and 1 Grand Blue top 8 screen, such a joke. So this was a whole discourse where people were like, this is bullshit. 2XKO wasn't even in like top 8 yet, but yet they get all the screens, we just get 1. Others made an updated post saying, y'all should pump your brakes because the ratio is different now. Now it's only like 3 2XKO screens, something like that. So we don't feel like it deserves all this blow up like it's getting. I saw other people kind of making fun of it, saying, this is getting out of control. It's a 2XKO screen every damn where. Well, we got 35 of them bitches. Anyway, you get it. All right, so continuing on, I see K7 right here saying, I mean, with almost 900 entrants, I would imagine 2XKO gets this kind of coverage. But then other people respond to that, like MEZ right here saying, I need everybody to remember that 2XKO had free entry at Frosty while other games did not. There was zero downside to registering even if you were already there for other games, even if you had no interest. Don't use boosted entry numbers to indicate any sort of authentic narrative. Underneath that, they respond saying, it's a free game, which makes sense that it would have free entry. MEZ says, it isn't free at most tourneys, just this one, because Riot sponsored it. Where they don't have sponsored, or when they don't sponsor the tourney, you have to pay like any other game. Underneath that, they say, it's the inaugural event of the game. Even with entry fee, it'll still do those numbers. He responds saying, you know darn well that with a free entry event, we'll have more entrants than one that costs money. I guess I agree with that point, because obviously if it's free, which makes sense, because if you remember, they had so many, DQs. Initially, they were saying they had close to 1,000 entrants, and then I think they had almost 300 DQs, if not more. So a lot of people were like, yo, what the hell is this? They're like inflated numbers, but that makes sense the way MEZ's saying. It's like, well, a lot of people probably registered because it's free. Like you probably just did it like, well, I'm here, I might play, but then, you know, maybe you run out of time, other pools run long, and like, okay, I'm not gonna play after all. So it kind of seemed like that was the case here. But anyway, now get into the discourse, right, of talking about, okay, you guys are talking about all this shit, all this hate over the weekend, and then, you know, some before all this, but we feel at this point that it just feels forced. It feels like it's unnecessary hate. Like picking it up right here, saying the discourse around 2X is so tired / forced, man. Fellas legit cannot play their game without it becoming an entire issue every other tournament, and then they sleeping on it. That one has over 500 likes. Underneath it, somebody says, Grand Blue fans being bitter as usual, in Twitter just being Twitter. Continuing on, somebody else says, the 2XKO hate I'm seeing on the FGC Twitter is wild. A lot of it just reeks of jealousy that the devs of a fighting game are actually engaging with the community, backing prize pools, and emphasizing clear communication. That has over 700 likes. Somebody underneath that says, though, why isn't our game popular? That's pretty much sums it up. And then you got, yeah, we are also jealous of the devs who released a buggy region-locked game with the most greedy shop and horrible pass ever cooked. Underneath that, though, he responds saying, wait, so we're upset that the entry-level experience is free and that the only other thing costs money is the cosmetics? Just don't buy them. And yet again, somebody's saying the same thing, saying, I feel like 2XKO hatred is too forced. People just want to hate the game for no reason. I personally am not playing it right now, but I think people just wasting too much energy spreading negativity about the game. Underneath that, they say, I don't hate the game itself, but some of its fans playing dumb and acting obtuse. Like, we can't ignore how free entry definitely inflated the registration numbers a good bit. Giuseppe as well says the same thing, saying 2XKO hatred is getting to the point where it's forced. I feel how you want to feel about Riot as a company, whatever, but goddamn, homie, y'all reaching for something to be mad at, LOL. But underneath that, somebody says, roster sucks for a tag fighter. That's not a reach, it's a fact. Tag fighters are supposed to be diverse and have multiple play styles. Echo and X, Yasuo and X, Snooze Fest. It might be lit in 2026 after 5 new characters, depending on who they choose. Getting even deeper in this whole conversation, somebody adds saying, I think my thoughts on the 2XKO situation is this. In 2 years from now, if Riot decides they aren't gonna push money into it, will there be a dedicated weekly? If there's no grand prize, are people really gonna look back and say, damn, I love the Echo meta? Underneath that, somebody says, it's a good chance, to be honest. Top-heavy metas hasn't stopped the game from keeping longevity. I think UMVC 3 or 3s has prime examples, although maybe things change because it will eventually get patched. They respond to that saying, I suppose my point is, it seems like it's nobody's first game. Lots of people are playing it since it's receiving support and has a big prize pool. But is it going to have the staying power of Fighters or Central Fiction where people are still dedicating themselves to the game? How you feeling about that? Now they talking about what's going to happen in 2 years from now if Riot decides to pull back the money. Is it going to have the staying power of some of these other games? It kind of reminds me of the whole situation with Fatal Fury. There's more money in that damn game than there is in Wells Fargo. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is so much money invested, but yet we don't really see the numbers inflating like you would think. So I wonder just exactly how much does that inflate the numbers for 2XKO. But on that other side, you still got people that are enjoying the game like flat out. Right here saying, after being in person, playing in casuals, and seeing first 2XKO Major, I strongly believe this is one of the best fighting games in years, like if not the best right now. Even with Season 1 woes and talking to the devs, the game is only just starting and they are listening, which as a person who is active playing and creative, it's finally a blessing in this damn space. posting this saying, hop on some 2XKO. But then we wrap it up with none other than Chris G breaking it down right here saying, so this is the last time that I'm gonna speak on 2XKO in general because I'm dropping it until a patch that works comes out. The gaslighting when it comes to this game is crazy. People consistently arguing with other people when it comes to opinions. If you think the game is buggy or a buggy mess, it's a you problem and not the glaring issues. People trying to convince you that the game is alright with Echo and Yashua running around unsupervised. They've even gone so far as to defend the $70 skins because it's a free game. Riot Money is definitely carrying super hard. The biasness is nonsense and the preferential treatment is nonsense. I'm telling you all this straight up. As someone who hung out and talked with the 2XKO team for quite some time this weekend, they are super cool people and you can tell they care a lot about the game and the FGC. If you like the game, cool, but comparing it to other games is just not it. Objectively speaking, the game is a mess. Knock it off and shut the fuck up. It'll probably be good in the future, but the future is not today. There you have it. Talking about it'll probably be good in the future, but the future is not today. And also, the devs are cool. You can tell they care about the game, but more importantly, you can tell that they care about the FGC. How y'all feeling about that? So obviously the hate is there, and it's been there, some confusion. A part of it too, the devs came out the other day saying, we still need to pull it back and we're gonna do like a whole new meta. The game is gonna feel different from how it feels now because we feel like we need to work on what our original vision was for the game. So people were responding like, what? Wasn't this game cooking in the oven for like 9 or 10 years and we finally get it with all these other trials and now you're still saying it's still not done? I remember I read a comment underneath one of these videos. One of these episodes that I posted, I want to say last week, and they were saying this is a perfect example of trying to please everybody and then ultimately satisfying nobody, which I think was a solid point. Because we've seen that happen before. You're trying to get all this feedback. You're trying to like, okay, yes, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, but you can't really make a game for everybody. Ultimately, it becomes a game that nobody wants to play. But I guess the real question is that what's happening here? Is that what's happening here with the devs? Do you think they're overthinking it? Some said that maybe they didn't get the fan base or the big numbers that they hoped for, so that's why they're trying to recook it right quick to maybe catch more, I guess, more players. So I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I've said this before in past episodes, man, I'm a fan of the devs and I'm a fan of the way they're doing things. I agree with Chris G. I really think they're for the community and the Cannon brothers are heading it up. They created Evo. They've been at FGC since day one. So I feel like the game, because of them and the way that they did it, does have roots. Riot doesn't, but they do. So ultimately, I'm rooting for them to win. I just don't know how it's gonna happen. Obviously, I'm not a dev, so I can't tell you, but how y'all feeling about this? Let me know. And there it is one more time, Butt Check family. Appreciate you guys for stopping by on this beautiful HT. We ain't forgot, it is HT, the most glorious day of the week. We got some cosplay right here. This one I just kind of stumbled upon. Random cosplay of a cheetah. It's a cheetah. I don't think it's Chester. I just think it's a cheetah, but I thought it was fairly interesting. Why don't y'all take a gander? Okay, here we go. Nice young lady just being a cheetah. Then she stretches to the, oh my God, Jesus. And there it is one more time, Butt Check family. Thank you for stopping by, man. Do you feel the hate is forced at this point for 2XKO? And is you a fan of some cheetah? I guess that's the only biggest two takeaways from this. Oh, and big up to the sponsor, COOFANDY, for sponsoring this video, man. We're talking to get you right and tight, you know, for Valentine's Day, different type of fashion, casual, and dress up as well. So link down below. Appreciate the mad love. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Like, wow, bro. First offline, I come and I win. Like, it's insane. My mind is blown.
It's your first offline tournament?
First offline.
That's crazy. And what do you think made the difference between you and your opponent?
Maybe I'm just better, bro.
Simple.
I think that's the answer, you
Yeah.
know?
My chat called you now Chief Bleed. That's your title.
Oh, Chief Bleed?
Yeah, Chief Bleed,
That's
like Chief
hard.
Keef. Yeah.
I love Chief Keef, bro. I love Chief Keef. Chief Keef is
So
hard.
you're officially Chief Bleed, the champion of Frosty Frosting
Yeah.
2026, the first big champion on 2XKO. 20K
20K.
in the bank. What's the first thing you're gonna buy with the 20K?
I'm getting on balloons. I'm buying every Boone's monkey, bro. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
That's 20K.
I'm getting on balloons. I'm buying every Boone's monkey, bro. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
That's
This is a city building tower defense game made by Ninja Kiwi back in 2014 that you can play on mobile and it's free. After 250 hours, I have everything at about rank 7 to 9, and the max rank is 15.
20K.
I'm getting on balloons. I'm buying every Boone's monkey, bro. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.